Underwood. Now, he's a straight up Israelite. Now, when they went and checked his lineage, there was a key man. I forget the man's name, but I think it was his great-great-grandfather. And this dude was, basically, he was a prophet. Because he went around saying that he came in the name of the Lord. And he didn't like white people. And he used to beat the shit out of white people, man. Now, he started off in slavery, I think, as a coppersmith or a smith. Then he went from sweeping floors or something like that. Then he wound up in the crazy house. So Blair was saying, well, how do you go from being a smith to being in the crazy house? Now, the reason why they put him in the crazy house, because they couldn't calm the guy down. They tried to kill him a couple of times. They shot him in the face. It didn't kill him. I think they stabbed him up. I mean, he used to mess them crackers up. He hated them Edomites, man. And anytime they tried to kill this guy, they couldn't kill him. And then they found out, this Edomite said, well, he was known as a conjurer. And they said he used to wear a crown on his head and a long garment. So I said, well, that was one of them brothers, man. You know? And Blair Underwood was bugging out. And he said that goes back to the tribes back in West Africa. So, I mean, that proves that Blair Underwood is a Jake. You know? All right, go ahead.
It says, wherefore we labor that whether we are present or absent, we may be accepted of him. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Yahushai, that every one may receive the things done in his body, according to that he hath done, whether it be good or bad.
Yeah, because whether it be good or bad, because if you're not accepted by the Lord in the spirit world, when you come back, you did a lot of wickedness, you're going to come back crippled. You might come back blind. You know, you might have did a heinous sin. Give me John 9:1. And then also give me, I believe it's 1 Corinthians, the 12th chapter. Paul in the heavens. All right, go ahead.
John chapter 9, verse 1. As Yahushua passed by, he saw a man which was blind from his birth. And his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin? I'm sorry, read that again. And his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?
Now, when the disciples asked the Lord that, he said, who sinned? Did his parents or him? Well, how can he sin when he's newborn? When he was blind from his birth? And then you don't come up under the covenant until you hit the age of 12. But he was blind from his birth. What is that telling you? That he could have committed the sin in another life. Well, he did commit the sin in another life. But what really happened was the Most High made him blind for those years so that the Most High can come and heal him. That's the purpose of why he was born blind. Because read on.
Yep. It says, Yahushua answered, neither had this man sinned nor his parents, but that the works of the Most High should be made manifest in him.
So the Lord can say, you know what? I'm going to make this guy blind. I'm going to let him go through a life of blindness. I'm going to let him reach the age of 24 or 22 or 32. And then at a certain time in his life, the Lord said he's going to come along and he's going to heal that man so that people can see and it be manifest the spiritual power of Yahushai. So he didn't do nothing to deserve it. Because the Most High does what he wants to do, man. Yeah. He can do what he want to do. Right. Even Richard Pryor said in that movie, Which Way Is Up, pastor, Reverend, I forget his name, Lennox Thomas. he said, yeah, that's Gehenna. He said, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. He can show vengeance anytime he wants, anytime he get ready. Well, it was a comedic movie, but the Reverend Lennox Thomas, he was right in what he said. Hey, go ahead.
Yeah, this backs you up. This is the book of Exodus 34:7. It says, keeping mercy for thousands, forgiving iniquity and transgression and sin, that will by no means clear the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children and upon the children's children unto the third and to the fourth generation.
Right, that's reincarnation right there.
All right, this is 2 Corinthians 12:1. It is not expedient for me, doubtless, to glory. I will come to visions.
This is Paul speaking. And when this happened, this was 14 years from the time that he came into the truth. And when he first came into the truth, his eyes were open. He was stoned. And they left him there to die because he did die. He had what was called an out-of-body experience, or what they call astral projection, which my demon is going through right now. She's going through astral, and she's all bugged out about it. And I said, well, you know what? You just got to deal with it, you know? Because I didn't did that. I didn't experience out-of-body experience. I didn't experience astral projection. Not that I wanted to do it. We had this one guy that wanted to do it, and he wound up bugging out.
2 Corinthians 12:1. It is not expedient for me, doubtless, to glory. I will come to visions and revelations of the Lord. I knew a man in Yahushua about 14 years ago, whether in the body.
He's talking about himself. And when you go back 14 years ago, that was the time when he was stoned to death. They knew he didn't move. When they stoned him, they killed him. But then the Most High brought that spirit and put that spirit right back into that body and raised Paul back up again. Go ahead.
Yeah, whether in the body I cannot tell, or whether out of the body I cannot tell. The Most High knoweth. Such an one caught up to the third heaven.
Yeah, astral projection. Matter of fact, key up the word astral projection. Go ahead.
And I knew such a man, whether in the body or out of the body, I cannot tell. The Most High knoweth. How that he was caught up into paradise, and heard unspeakable words which it is not lawful for a man to utter.
Now, what he meant by that, when you go into those key words, not lawful, meaning he couldn't put words to describe how beautiful it was. Like what it was, I can't even describe it, man. It was, Go ahead.
Impossible to describe. It says, of such an one will I glory. Yet of myself I will not glory, but in mine infirmities. For though I would desire to glory, I shall not be a fool. For I will say the truth, but now I forbear, lest any man should think of me above that which he seeth me to be, or that he heareth of me.
Okay, so now let's go to astral projection.
Yeah, it's astral projection. It says astral projection or astral travel is an interpretation of out-of-body experience.
That's what we just read about the Apostle Paul. Mm-hmm. He experienced astral projection. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is from Wikipedia, by the way. It says that it assumes the existence of an astral body, separate from the physical body, and capable of traveling outside it. Astral projection.
And I think astral, I believe that's Greek for star.
Yeah.
Right.
Astral,
right. Now, since you said that, give me 1 Corinthians 15 around 52 to show you that we have astral bodies, angel bodies, star bodies. All right? Go ahead.
1 Corinthians 15:52. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump. For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality.
So basically, we're going to have superhuman bodies, extraterrestrial bodies. You got to jump up above that so we can get the terrestrial and the celestial. Because the word celestial, from the Latin, for like in Spanish, the word is cielo. Cielo means like the ceiling in your house is in Spanish is a cielo. Then you got the sky. That's also a cielo. Celestial. Then beyond that, you have the stars. Stars are known as cielo, celestial, astro, stars. Okay? Go ahead.
This is 1 Corinthians 15 and 39. All flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts, another of fishes, and another of...
Right, another of fishes, another of birds. You can't fly. You can't fly on your own, but a bird can fly. Fish can go up in the water and stay up under the water.